Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet Rainbows and Butterflies. In this video we are going to learn how to join these fillet squares together. I have these fillet heart squares and I'm going to show you how to join them together. Now I also have a tutorial on how to make these heart squares. I'm going to leave the link to that video in the description box below. Now to join these squares I've used a flat braid joining pattern, and for this pattern we are going to join them in rows. So the first row you join all your squares, then you join the next row, then you join the next row. So now in this first row I join only 2 squares. Now if you have 3 squares or you may have more than 3 squares, you need to use the same joining pattern and join as many squares as you want, and then you start joining the next row. Now before we get started, if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss a crochet tutorial. Now for this tutorial I'm using crochet hook 4mm and I've used crochet 4-ply yarn for the squares as well as to join the squares. So let's get started. We're going to start with this square. We're going to start right from here. We're going to work our stitches up. Then we are going to work our stitches on this end. We are going to come down here. Then we're going to join this square and we're going to work our way up on this end, down. We're going to come back here and finish the first row and then join the second one. Now I'm going to show you how to join 4 squares, but in the same manner you can join as many squares as you want. We're going to work first row, then second row, and then you can continue working your rows. So we'll start with the first square. We're going to start working on this side of the square. So we're going to join our yarn right here. And you will work your stitches in rows. So this is your first row. So once you join your stitch here, the next stitch you will be working right here. And the next stitch right here. So in each row, you will be working 1 stitch. So we'll start by joining our yarn here. And you chain 3. Now the next stitch you need to work here. You work 1 single crochet, again chain 3. Now you work 1 single crochet in the next row. I'll call this rows. This is your first one, this is your second. So in the next row, right here, you work your next single crochet. Again, chain 3. Next single crochet in the next row. Chain 3. Next single crochet in the next row, and you need to continue working this pattern till you reach right up till here. I've completed working this side. Now we've reached the corner stitch. Now in the corner stitch you need to chain 3 and work 1 single crochet in the same stitch. So that's your corner stitch. Now you chain 3, you skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch you work 1 single crochet. Chain 3, you skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch you work 1 single crochet. Chain 3, you skip 1 stitch and in the next stitch you work 1 single crochet, and you need to continue working this till you reach right up till here. Now at the end of this row you will always have 3 stitches remaining, so you will have to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2 at the end, and work 1 single crochet in the last stitch. So you chain 3, that's 1, 2, 3, and you skip 2 stitches here, 1, 2, and you work 1 single crochet in the last stitch. And now you chain 3. This is the corner stitch, so we're going to chain 3 and work 1 single crochet in the same stitch. And now on this side we are going to repeat exactly what we've done on this side. We're going to work 1 single crochet in every row right up till here, and in between them we are going to chain 3. So we start with this one, you chain 3 and you work 1 single crochet right here. This is your first stitch, first row. Again chain 3, 1 single crochet in the next row, chain 3, 1 single crochet in the next row, chain 3, 1 single crochet in the next row, and you need to continue working this pattern till you reach right up till here. I completed working this side. Now we're going to join this square to this square. So now after you finished working the last stitch here, you need to chain 3, and you need to join this right here. So you need to work 1 single crochet right into that stitch. Now once you've done that, you need to chain 2, you need to remove your hook and insert your hook into the first chain on this square, and you pull up this loop right through that chain. And now you chain 2 and you need to work 1 single crochet right here in the next row. Like we've done on this side, we worked the rows. So in the next row here, you need to work 1 single crochet. Now again, you chain 2. You need to leave your stitch and you insert your hook into the next chain and you pull up your loop through that. And now you chain 2 and you work 1 single crochet in the next row. Again, you chain 2, you leave your stitch, you need to insert your hook into the next chain, you pull your loop through that, chain 2, and you work 1 single crochet in the next row. Now you need to continue working this pattern till you reach right up till here. So you need to chain 2, insert your hook into the next chain 2, work your single crochet in the next row. Continue working your pattern right up till here. I've completed working this row. I'm at the end of this row, the last stitch. Now we're going to join this right here to this corner. So for that you need to chain 2, insert your hook into the corner stitch, pull up this loop, and now you chain 2 and you work 1 single crochet on this side, on this corner stitch, on the square that you're working. Now you chain 3. You need to skip 1 stitch and work 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 3. Skip 1 stitch, work 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 3. Skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And you need to continue this pattern till you reach right up till here. Now again, at the end of this square you have 2 stitches remaining before you work the last stitch. So you have total of 3 stitches remaining here like you had on this square. So we're going to skip 2 stitches here. You chain 3. You skip 2 stitches and work 1 single crochet in the last one. And now this is your corner stitch, so you chain 3 and you work 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Now you chain 3 and you work 1 single crochet in the next row. Now we are working the rows on this side, so 1 single crochet right here in this row. Chain 3, 1 single crochet in the next row, chain 3, 1 single crochet in the next row, and you need to continue working this pattern right up till here. I've completed working this side. Now for this tutorial I'm joining 4 squares, but if you want to extend your squares right here, if you're making a blanket you may have 4 or 6 squares in your row, you will join the next square here. So you will work your way up, joining your braids on this side like we've done here, and then again you will work your row like this, and then you join the next square from here. Now once I finish this row, this end, this is the corner stitch. So since I'm not joining any more squares here, I will turn the stitch by chaining 3 and you work 1 single crochet in the same stitch here. So now this will be my corner square. Now if I was joining any more squares, I would continue joining the square from here. But since we are not joining a square, we are turning the stitch. Now you chain 3, you skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch you work 1 single crochet. Again chain 3, you skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch you need to work 1 single crochet. And you need to continue working this pattern till you reach right up till here. So you chain 3, skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet, Continue working this pattern right up till here. Once you reach this stitch, you will be left with 3 stitches here. You need to skip 2 and work 1 single crochet into the last one. So chain 3. You skip 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Now into the last one where you already have a stitch here, you need to work 1 single crochet right into that. Now you chain 3 and you work 1 single crochet right into this chain. Between your squares you have these chains. Right into the center one, you work 1 single crochet. Now again chain 3. You work 1 single crochet into the first stitch of the next square right here. Now you chain 3. You skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet into the next one. Chain 3. Skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet into the next one. And you need to continue working this pattern till you reach the end of this side of the square. I've reached the end on this side. I'm left with 3 stitches, 1, 2 and the last one 3. You need to chain 3. You skip 2 stitches here, 1, 2 and in the last one right here, right into this stitch, you need to work 1 single crochet. And now since this is the corner stitch, you need to work 3 chains and work a slip stitch right into the first chain here. Right into the first chain that you started this row with, this side. You work a slip stitch. You chain 1 and cut your yarn. Now we've completed working the first row. Now I've joined only 2 squares, but if you have your first row with 4 or 6 squares, you need to join them in the same manner. Now for the next row, we're going to start working the square on this side first, like we've done on the first row. We started with this side. So we work our row on this side, and when we reach this side, we're going to be joining this square to this square. So we start with this. You join your yarn on this end of the square. And you chain 3. You work 1 single crochet in the next row right here. Chain 3. 1 single crochet in the next row. Chain 3. 1 single crochet in the next row. And you continue working this pattern till you reach right up till here. Now we've reached the corner stitch of this row. We are going to join this corner stitch to this corner stitch of the previous row. So for that, you chain 2, you leave your loop. Now you insert your hook into the corner stitch. You pull up this loop. And now you chain 2. And you work 1 single crochet in the same stitch right here. So that will complete your corner stitch of both the squares. Now you chain 2. I'm going to turn the work like this so you can see what I'm doing. Now after you chain 2, you insert your hook into the next chain. You pull this loop through. Chain 2. You need to skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch you work 1 single crochet. Now you chain 2. You pull up that loop. Insert your hook into the next chain right here. Pull this loop through. Chain 2. Now on this square you need to skip 1 stitch and work 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Now again chain 2, pull up your loop, insert your hook into the next chain, pull this loop through that, chain 2, skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch. And now you need to continue working this pattern till you reach right up till here. I've reached the end of this side. I have 2 stitches remaining here before I work the last stitch. So I'm going to skip 2 stitches here and work the last single crochet right into the last one. So this is the last chain I'm pulling up. Chain 2. At the end of this square we are skipping 2 stitches. 1, 2, and you work 1 single crochet right into this. Now this is the center of the square. Now while joining in the center of the square, if you can see, you have 2 chains here. Now this is the chain that we are going to work into. We are going to join this square to this chain of this square, and when you're joining the next square, the end of this square will join to the chain of this square. So we're going to work across here. So this chain will join to the chain of this square, and the square of this, the chain of this square will join to the square right here. So now I hope you understood that. You chain 2, you go into the chain that's connected to this square right here in this corner, and you pull up your loop through that, chain 2, and you work a single crochet in the same stitch. That's your corner stitch right here. Now you chain 3, you work 1 single crochet in the next row. Now this side we're working rows. Chain 3, 1 single crochet in the next row, chain 3, 1 single crochet in the next row, and you continue working that till you reach the end of this side. Now once you complete this row, we are going to join the next square right here. Now for that you chain 3 and you join the next square right into this stitch. You work a single crochet and chain 2. Now this is the similar pattern that we use to join these two squares. So now once you chain 2, you insert your hook into the first chain here. You pull up this loop. Now you chain 2. You need to work a single crochet in the next row. This is the side of the square, so we are working the rows. Now you chain 2. Again, you work your hook into the next chain. You pull up the loop, chain 2. You work a single crochet into the next row. Chain 2. Insert your hook into the next chain. Pull up this loop. Chain 2. One single crochet into the next row. And you need to continue working this pattern till you reach right up till here. We've reached the end of this side. Now we have our loop here. We're going to chain 2 and we need to join this square to this square. So if you can see, we join this square to the chain of this square. Now we're going to join this square to the chain of this square. You need to find the chain of this square. You have your corner stitch and you have your chain here. You need to go right into that chain like this. You go under all the stitches. When you insert your hook into that chain, you pull this loop through that. And now you chain 2. 1 and 2. And now you need to work one single crochet in the same corner stitch. And now you chain 2. Now after you work the center of these squares, we are going to start joining this side of the square to this square. Now after you chain 2, you need to insert your hook into this chain right here. Pull up your loop and you chain 2. You need to skip one stitch and you work a single crochet into the next stitch. Again, you chain 2. You insert your hook into the next chain. Pull up this loop. Chain 2. You skip one stitch and insert your hook into the next stitch and work a single crochet. Now you need to continue working this pattern till you reach right up till here. We've reached the end of this side of this row and I'm left with 3 stitches again. So now in this corner I'm going to skip 2 stitches and work a single crochet in the last stitch. So this is the chain. I pull up my loop, chain 2 and one single crochet in the corner stitch. Now we're going to join this corner stitch to this corner stitch. To the previous square, we're going to join the corners. So you chain 2 right into the corner chain. You pull this up, chain 2, and you work 1 single crochet in the same stitch of this corner, this square corner. 1 single crochet right into that. And now you chain 3. You work 1 single crochet in the next row. We are working rows on this side. Chain 3. 1 single crochet in the next row. And you need to continue working this pattern till you reach right up till here. Now I've reached the corner stitch. Now you need to chain 3 and work 1 single crochet in the same stitch. And now you chain 3, you skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And now you need to continue working this pattern till you reach right up till here. I've reached the end of this side and now I'm left with 3 stitches, and we need to skip 2, 1, 2 and work 1 single crochet into the last stitch right here. And now you chain 3. You need to work 1 single crochet into this chain that's right in between. Chain 3. 1 single crochet into the corner stitch of the next square that's right here. Chain 3. You skip the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next one. Chain 3. Skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet in the next one. Chain 3. Skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet into the next one. And now you need to continue working this pattern till you reach the end of this side. I've reached the end of this row. I have last 3 stitches remaining. Now again I'm going to chain 3, and now we need to skip 2 stitches and work 1 single crochet into the last stitch, and that's our corner stitch. So we chain 3, and like we've done before, we need to work a slip stitch into this chain. You have a chain in the same stitch right here where you started your square. Right into that stitch you work a slip stitch, chain 1, and you cut your yarn. We've completed joining the squares. Now if you want to increase the rows, you join the next row right here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and happy crocheting.